So here we are on Lake Garda, and the sun has just come out to play. Today I'm going to read to you from the Personal Legends of Piemonte, where I interviewed 12 Italian artisans, winemakers, cheesemakers, herbalists. You know, the Italians always appear to me as very attached to the land, and nowhere is this a better example than in Piemonte. They're so attached to the land, they make it appear magical. Today I'm going to read to you about an essay I wrote introducing Anna Fila Robbatino. She's probably the best example of how attached the Piemontesi are to the land. This is called Bewitched in Olmo Gentile. Anna entered my life via the school in Loazzolo. She was the mother of a student named Elric, a small boy with a big heart. And if Italian sounds lyrical, Elric didn't really talk. He sang. He was awfully animated and had so much to say it came out like a song. This charming duo, as you might surmise, lived in a town called Olmo Gentile. Anna said she could have taken Elric to a school closer to home, but it had to be Loazzolo. I understood. To visit Anna's home was an adventure, like an excursion deep into the forest or a whimsical witch hunt. It carried anticipation. Her physical address was difficult to find. It certainly wasn't advertised on her postbox. But after you navigate your way down a long and wide gravelly road, draped in sycamore trees overhead, you are guided to a rustic area to park your car. A gentle slope takes you farther down, to a large statue of the god Pan, and to your right, a large patio comes into view. This is where one begins to sense various spells strategically placed to ward off bad energy. If you think her guests fantasists, we are not. It cannot be denied. There's powerfully active and passive energy circulating in our midst. We have entered her domain, where Anna does what she does best, hunting and gathering herbs so she can share her ever-expanding knowledge with the rest of the world. Anna's home includes a husband and a library, each created by her mother-in-law long ago. They are now part of Anna's enchantments. Her library offers a treasure trove of found objects, and beyond her desk, a small window providing a view as far as the gaze would like to go. Outside the front door, wisteria winds its way all the way down the stairs. Inside, all four walls are lined with books, and in between and beneath the window, and in front of the low tables situated here and there, sit icons and images from all over the world. Tibetan medallions, katana swords, and some of the largest and most carefully positioned crystals my eyes have ever seen. Anna isn't just a hunter and gatherer. She's a sophisticate, a learned soul. Her books are read and worn, and I suppose after becoming sufficiently advanced in the world's religions, she has realized that energy and spirits are key, or ki, as they say in Japanese. Anna's curious about everything, and everyone gravitates towards her. She refers to her herbs as superheroes, underlining her belief as to their healing powers. I also sought Anna for homeopathic treatment, to explore the concept. Combined with her hikes, I assumed all bases were covered when it came to balancing out my body. I was beginning to incorporate meditation into my daily routine, and this approach felt like a natural extension of my new lifestyle. Her library is serene. Anna fits right in. She is small in stature, with straight, long blonde hair tied at the back of her neck. She sits behind a grand wooden desk. The dimensions are perfectly scaled to its occupant somehow, as she folds her hands on top. We look at one another as I talk away until it's time to look out the window or focus on the crystals as she methodically combs through her expansive encyclopedia of herbs. When a solution is found, she writes the item down on a white piece of paper, one after another. Once my prescription was complete, I considered it a collection of potions. One that could boost my immune system and make any minor complaints disappear. Whether or not it was the placebo effect, it always worked, like magic. Perhaps a combination of faith in Anna's knowledge, as well as feeling the faith to heal thyself. Maybe they really are superheroes and very much alive, letting their influence impact my body for the following days. Anna's walking tours are famous. Friends and students arrive from far and wide to take part in these 2-hour adventures. They begin in spring and continue through late autumn. Some people carry notebooks and take copious notes, while others prefer a refresher course on what they were taught growing up. It would appear many Piemontesi are aware of their land's biodiversity. Trundling along my daily errands, I see the locals on the side of the road, their knees deep in high grass, happily exploring and picking herbs and flowers while on a casual hike or when walking off lunch or dinner. No matter our motives, we are a happy gang following Anna, exploring the forest with its pungent smells, rosemary in abundance, along with the mint, the strawberries and cherries, and maybe a whiff of genepi floating down from above. Anna stops constantly. She prefers to inspect everything below lest she miss one of her precious superheroes. This gives us time to pick more specimens as she talks. We smell and listen, and carefully place our newfound herbs in brown paper bags, like precious jewels. Anna's passion is contagious, and we meander for hours, but she knows when the exploration is over and it's time to sample our rewards. Anna will disappear as we linger on the large patio below her library, patiently awaiting a sumptuous lunch full of herbal concoctions. Carafes full of tisanas containing various herbal teas, soups full of vegetables, and breads flavored by homemade oils and vinegars are laid out on the long wooden table. We can then relive our walk and discuss items picked up and studied along the way. One time I ate a small pink rose on the table. It filled my mouth, and it made me laugh. It was light and delightful. It made me feel like a kid again. One of the reasons people gravitate to Anna must be her ability to see such potential in the world. She holds high hope for humanity and makes you wonder why you were ever pessimistic. Anna taught me how to travel the distance from appreciating an expensive meal to knowing what benefits my body even better. I was beginning to feel like I was on a pilgrimage. Hiking with Anna, I could both enter the forest and the Piemontesi culture. Anyone could, and she was a rare find. Time was never wasted, and each moment was savored. When she calls her precious herbs the superheroes of Piemonte, she throws her head back and laughs with true joy. If I fell under her spell, it's easy to imagine that Anna's a good witch and one who continues the traditions and folklore concerning the Masche, the witches of Piemonte. Anna is another superhero of Piemonte. So hey, ciao for now. That's an essay out of Personal Legends of Piemonte, 12 interviews with 12 Italian artisans. And if you wish to be read to more, check out my podcasts, my photos, my little films on baileyalexander.com. Ciao for now, arrivederci.